Works. All right. Let me see if this works. See if this does the sound working now. Hopefully it is working now. I don't know what's the tea with the sound. Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. So we have sound. I don't know what's going on. It's acting weird today. All right, well, yeah, my name is Diamond. I go live. Diamond Stylz, I go live at 7. It's a little late. We have some technical difficulties and, they can't keep a black bitch down. We work out. But I haven't been on live in a minute because I've been traveling. I was in Albuquerque the weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. And then I had to go to Little Rock um, to Miss Major's memorial service last weekend. So, yeah, and I decided to stay in Little Rock till Monday just to play with the trade. I had never been to Little Rock with a little bit of free time. I had been there before, but just with a little bit of free time. So I was like, let me see what it gives. And it was giving um little town. But the men was treating me nice, like Southern gentlemen do. But yeah, I had a good time. So I missed y'all. What's y'all tea? The title of the live is the key. Yes, honey, we need to talk about it. I have questions. I have questions. I've been hearing some things, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Hey, Ty. Hey, AJ. Hey, Mario. Hey, Java. How are you? Raven, what's your tea? Maxwell. Miss Polk. Gigi. What is this last name you got? Did you change it or it's just random? They gave it to you random. Um, yeah. I literally just paused some pills so that I wouldn't paint the tray. Right. You got to keep up on your fiber, baby. Pure. Are you pure? I'm pure. I don't really use pure. I just go to the get the regular degular from I don't care what brand it is, as long as it's the fiber pills, honey. Blue chips. Mhm. I have some snacks because I haven't eaten none all day. And this week has been Afro Tech Week here in Houston. And I don't know about y'all, but the nerdy trade, when they in town, I get my life. This doesn't look good, but it is good. This is salsa, sour cream, shredded Parmesan, Merlot cheese, pink Himalaya salt, and pink black peppercorn with some blue motherfucking lime chips. Fire. But I've been downtown all week with the nerdy kids at Afrotech. And baby, it brings the fine black nerds in. And all the bars downtown is fire. I might be tipping. I think Ty asked, was I tipping? I might be tipping when we get done, depending on how I feel. See what it gives. Maybe not, but you know. But since I'm eating this salsa and dairy, baby, I ain't have no trade because I don't want to be painting on purpose. And does you take fiber pills? I do both. They might as well go to Dubai. Getting ready now to go out for Halloween. What is y'all Halloween costumes? What did y'all have y'all already been to y'all yearly Halloween party, or is it gonna be like today on Halloween? Mm, I'm a sexy fox. Come on, sexy fox. What's that? What's the trans fox cartoon on Adult Swim? Ain't that black girl fox? Ain't she a trans? I don't know. Foxy. That what you call it does her voice? Or is she not trans? I thought she was trans. What are you wearing? Look like a pantsuit. Yes, it is a um really comfortable, soft, satiny, silky, almost like pajamas. You know, little wide leg pants situation. Yeah, really cute, really comfortable. Nothing little relaxed tees. I have a little where is it? I don't know where's that. But I have some really orangey, reflective, gentle monster glasses that I've been wearing today. I don't know where they at though. So I put on my yellow Chloe's, just to give y'all, tipping through. White earrings, little 80s. My little when I was out earlier, my little Versace choker on to peek through, a little something, a little look. Foxy from Drawn Together, she's not trans. Oh, okay, I don't watch the show. I thought they said somebody was trans on the show. Are you watching Welcome to Dairy? I am. This first episode wore me out. It was so good. I loved it. I was like, oh, they giving us horror. They giving us horror, baby. I love it. That's what I was wanting. I wanted it to be horror. Hey, Naira. Do you keep up with what's going on with the Braxtons? I can't say that I keep up with it, but I I I see a little clips. So from what I know right now, I don't watch the show. I know that the sisters sent a cease and desist to Tamar. I couldn't figure out who was the culprit, but apparently it was all of them. Then I seen one where Tamar was being funny and was like, bitch. And I don't know how y'all send me the cease and desist because most of y'all ain't never been to my house. So how y'all know where I live at? But I know where you live at because I paid for your down payment, which was a key. Saw that. And then Tawanda's response was, yeah, but you was fucking Tony's man or something. Something about Tawanda fucking, Tamar fucked Tony's man. I don't know what man they talk about. Are they talking about Birdman? Are they talking about her old husband? What are we talking about? I don't know what that tea is. And then something about a niece got molested by not Tracy, but is it Trina? Somebody's husband. Like a niece got molested by somebody's husband or something. What's that tea about? Like Tamar gave a platform to her niece to tell her story about being molested by the uncle-in-law or I don't know. I can't remember exactly. Fill me in on that tea. What's the tea with the niece? Was she being touched or I don't know. The niece got nasty text from Gabe, who is Trina's dead husband. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah. So I don't know all the tea. I just know like I don't follow it enough to know the details. I just kind of know like the bare minimum. And they said it's like a grooming situation. So she got some nasty texts. Now, I don't know if this is is this inappropriate to say? I don't know. No grown man should be texting nobody niece. So let me make that clear. The niece was living with Trina and Gabe was grooming the niece. Great. Okay. So did he that's wrong. I'm not making any excuses. I'm just asking because there seems to be something that I don't understand because I don't watch it. Did he actually do something to the niece? Was it just a text? Because the way it's being sold was like it's something super dramatic, like, oh, she needed support and uh um it traumatized her and ruined her life. And I'm like, if it was just a text, it's still wrong. You should have been doing it, but why y'all making it seem like he raped her or he molested her? Like what? Like, yeah, she needs support and believe that. Why are you texting my niece? But is it traumatic? It didn't feel like it was traumatic. It felt like it was like, why are you doing this inappropriate shit to my niece? But they were making it seem it's certain clips that was making it seem like it was something like he had done something way worse and heinous. So I don't know what that tea was. And I was like, not saying that that wasn't bad, but it wasn't like oh my god, I something crazy, like something super super bad that felt like I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was serious enough to check him and check Trina and let her know that this shouldn't have been. But the way they was dramatizing it made it seem like it was way worse than what it was. Like he had molested the other sister and molested her, and she had to keep it a secret. And they just made it seem like it was way more than a text. A lot of these trauma come from the Bracton's brother, her father abusing her and having a wife that abused her. Okay, so that was the abuse, like them wearing her out. Her and Trina fell out because she said she felt like they were in love. Wait, the niece and the husband were in love, texting back and forth. Gabe was in love with the niece. Oh, over text messages. So it wasn't like a one-off text. They were just kind of texting back and forth. It wasn't just like a one text or I sent some dick pictures or something. He they were kind of conversating through text with each other. Nothing happened, but they were. It was a not a long term, but it was more than just like I sent you one text, and it was like a conversation back and forth situation. She would stay with them over the summer. Oh, gotcha. And so Trina being old, not her hot young self no more. And now my young hot niece is trying to steal my husband. So instead of me defending my niece, I'm like, oh, he's not here to defend himself. Because I heard her say something stupid like that, where because he was dead, she shouldn't be talking about it because he's not here to defend himself. Bitch, what the fuck? So that was weird. Gabe husband had a big cheating problem. He loved to cheat with other women, especially the dolls. Oh, yeah. I don't know nothing about the Braxton's tea. They kind of their show kind of they are the kind of women that I just don't like. If I'm to be honest, on multiple levels, like I don't like. I don't mind a sinful ass bitch, but I hate a sinful ass judgy church bitch, and they all feel like that. Um, I don't like I don't like their mother. I don't like I think she's the root of all their motherfucking problems. Not saying that her daddy should have cheated. Um Not saying that they daddy should have cheated, but if I was married to Evelyn, baby, I'm out of here. um no, Tamar doesn't give church. Tamar give no, she does give church. Tamar give church girl that hang around with all the church sissies. So she just as messy as them, just as messy as them, just as dramatic as them, just a church queen in a fish body. I didn't. There's nothing about the Braxtons as far as personality that I like. Yeah, it's really nothing about them. I find Tony to be boring as a personality. Um, of course, vocally and her star as a singer, no, she's my sickening. But as far as a personality, I find her to be boring. I find Tamar to be a brat with faggy overtones. All of this shit I don't like. So there's nothing about. I think the only one that I kind of like was the dead one. Is that Tracy? But I also felt like Tracy was kind of slow. So yeah, I never got into the Braxton family values or the Braxtons or any of that because there's like literally nothing about them that I enjoy, if I'm to be honest. There's a bunch of bitches that I wouldn't like in real life because there's always this weird ass churchy undertone, and I don't like people like that. Yeah, that's what it gives to me. I don't like it. I think they need a whole show. I didn't think they needed a whole show. I think they can be entertaining. I'm not reading as if they can't be entertaining. I think they can be entertaining. But sometimes it is entertaining. Like when my favorite episodes was when she was getting into it with Iyanla. That was funny. Fix My Life. Um, or when they singing, like when they doing them impromptu singing, like when Tamar was saying, "You must have the dick of gold," cute little shit like that. I be liking. Other than that, no, thank you. Well, shows is about ratings. New York, if they got the numbers, they got the numbers. They stay when they got the numbers. So somebody liked them. Give it a rest till later. I love these glass dishes with the snap little tops. They're my sickening. But this is another thing that I kind of want to what I would say about them too. As much as I don't be liking Tamar, a lot of times when it's a clash between her family, I usually, even though I don't like Tamar, I usually be on her side. Like in regards to like the circumstance, I'd be like, well, she kind of right. Because like even like this Tawanda situation where she like they love to get Tamar riled up, and then when she riled up, I play the victim, especially Tawanda. I'm like, clearly, based on what we all see behind the scenes, Tamar be helping out you hoes a lot. And Tamar been in a situation where she wasn't mooching off of Tony for a long time. Like it was like it may have started off as the sisters was kind of riding Tony's coattails, but then Tamar kind of became her own thing. And so she didn't need Tony at all. And you know, I'm somebody who remember when Tamar had a cute little song on her own. Now she wasn't Tony, but she had a cute little song. That song when she used to was in the white dancing in the snow and the Alps, all that kind of stuff. That song was sickening in the black community on the R&B charts. If you don't wanna love me, don't get something, whatever the song. She was sickening with the original notes. Exactly. So Tamar always had her own talent. Um, and then when we get reintroduced to her, um, when we get reintroduced to her, you see her personality, and her personality was gay lingo. And at that time that we start seeing her, the Nene Leaks, all the girls doing gay face and gay stuff was coming popular. So the Nene Leaks, the Tamars, the girls who do the yes, honey, Miss Thing, and that was becoming popular at that time, mid 2010s, early 2010s. Um, and so we see her personality. Then we get to see, you know, then she the bitch can blow, so she can sing. Um, Now I prefer Tony's voice, but I know technically Tamar can do more than Tony because she has more of a range. Um, but I prefer Tony's voice. So technically, like if you were on a musician level, technically Tamar can do more than Tony, but I prefer Tony's voice. Um, but then we start to hear Tamar's music. It start, Love and War was a fucking banger. Um, and so, I think Tamar becomes her own thing. And so she doesn't have to mooch off of Tony, where all the other sisters, I think that there's a jadedness between her and the two, between them and the two. And this show, coming off the coattails of hey boo. I think coming off the show, of course, is birthed off the coattails of Tony. But I think that the show continued because of the ratings, because of like a Tamar's antics, just the dynamic of the sisters. Yeah. And I think I'm hearing behind the scenes that Tamar does a lot for them that she doesn't have to, like paying the down payment on the house. Yes. But yes, that's what I think about them. I don't really be liking them like that, but I don't like sometimes I get my life on little reads, but the girls who act like butch queens, I don't live. The Nene Leaks, the Tamars, who else? Anybody that get to acting like butch queens, that cisgender women, hate it. Like, it annoys me. I do not live. I do not live, and so I don't really. I like little moments of them because it'll be a cute read or it'll be a cute little something going on. But in general, I don't be watching them. It annoys me. You must can't stand Quad. Is Quad the one from the Married to Medicine? I don't watch the Married to Medicine franchise at all. Um Married to Medicine, I just don't like I don't like them girls at all. They're boring. They're very boring. Um so I don't watch them. Um Other ones that I don't watch. What's the light skin one? The light skin real colorism one. Um House of Potomac, Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't watch that one because it's some weird ass shit. There's some colorism stuff that I don't like, and some colorism critiques that I don't like. That I think so, there's there's some colorism critiques that I think are legit, and then there's some colorism shit that I think are not. And so I don't watch it because I don't want to argue with bitches about colorism. Let the dark skinned girls do that. Good job. Do you? But it's some shit that y'all be saying that be whack to me. So, but I don't feel like arguing because I don't want to argue about colorism with no dark skinned bitches because it don't give me anything. But some of y'all points be whack. It don't be legit. It be whack. It just be some shit is rooted in truth and some shit is rooted bitch you mad. If I'm to be honest. But I don't have any investment in battling with I'm not spending my time battling with uh some dark skinned person making some colorism point because I don't care. Even if I disagree, because I don't really care. Great. Do I care about colorism being dismantled more than I care about proving you wrong? So I'm not gonna spend my time arguing. Does that make sense? Like, even if you're wrong, I'm not about to spend my time trying to prove you wrong because it feels like I'm doing the work of a colorist, and I'm not doing that. I don't care. I don't care enough, if that makes sense. But some of the shit be stupid. Some of the stuff some of y'all be saying. Some stuff be legit, but some of the stuff y'all be saying be stupid. It'd be like, bitch, what are you talking about? That don't have nothing to do with colorism. That's not colorism. That's just you hating, ass bitch. And sometimes it be that. It don't be colorism. It just be hate. Picking your battles. Yes. Sometimes it's not worth it to be in that situation. The family, like us, all the skeletons and rumors that Tracy died was very sad. So yeah, I don't watch Potomac because I don't like the colorist shit that happens on it and the weird colorist conversations behind it. So I don't find um that franchise quite I don't as interesting as the other ones. Who else? I definitely don't watch any of the white ones. Beverly Hills, New York. Mm-mm. So, um, yeah, no. No. Mm-mm. Yeah. What else? I don't find them to be entertaining. None of those ladies have the range to have the conversation. It'd be mostly, I don't even think they be having the conversation deeply anyway. But mostly it's the public's response that be I roll my eyes. Some of them be like, yes, that's on point. But certain responses, I be like, girl, would you ever do reality TV if the opportunity presented itself? It really just depends. I don't. I. It really just depends. It really depends. I'm not about to be fighting, baby. No, I'm not somebody who I be seeing the girls. What's the little show? The dolls, or is it the dolls or something? But they all they be doing is fighting, bitch. I'm not about to be coming on no show fighting with these fucking unmoaned ass niggas. I'ma turn into honey. I'm a girl. Do you see? No. There's some kind of whatever the show where they just always fighting. I don't girl, I'm not doing that. Y'all ain't about to bloody up my face and all that kind of I be seeing them fighting with the trade and no, I'm not doing all that. It has to be something where it has to be it can't be just shock TV. It can't be that. It has to be some kind of reality that's real. I'm not fighting those bricks. Yes, honey, child, I'm gonna shoot you hoes. The dollhouse. They were GI Joes. Yes, baby. I'm too old for that. Yes, I am. I am too. I am too. I'm not too old to fight. It's not. I'm not saying I'm too old to fight because if a situation calls for me to twirl, I'm a twirl. So don't. I don't want to act like I'm above fighting or I'm the type that. Oh no, I don't fight. No, I will twirl you. That is something that I will do, but I'm not doing it for TV. If we twirl, it's because there has been a level of disrespect that has happened that's cause for it. But just fighting to be fighting on TV just for its ratings, girl, no, I'm not doing that. Girl, get out of here. That's stupid. That's embarrassing to me. I do want to respect. I want a certain there has to be a certain level of respect of my dignity if I'm going to be on a TV show. Um Yeah, Crazy Sexy Group brought that up and made me think about it. Some of them just got FFS and get hit in the face. Yeah, but also I understand some of them they want um this is their chance to stardom. This is their, their 15 minutes of fame. Some of them want that. And so I don't need that. That's not for me. I don't need my 15 minutes. That's not how I would want to get my 15 minutes. I would want to get my 15 minutes some other way or not get it at all. I've had a couple of 15 minutes. So I don't want to it just wouldn't be appealing to me. Reality TV that is appealing to me. Um I don't know. I can't think of a show that I would want to be a part of. Unless it just was because it was like Real Housewives of Atlanta, just because it was popular, but I wouldn't fit on there. I wouldn't. I don't make enough money to be on there. Um I'm trying to think of what style of reality TV that I would be on. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't do it, but I haven't seen a show that I was like, "Ooh, I would love to be on this." Like a travel-based type show. Yeah, definitely. Of course, I would definitely do a travel-based type show. I could see you more in a documentary. Absolutely. I've been in many. I could definitely do documentaries. But I'm trying to think of a more reality. Something new. I would love something new. Something not always education because I do like mess, but I'm not the fighting mess. We could read all day. I could see you wearing out Big Brother. Yeah, I don't think I'm good at shows like that, like having to have a poker face. I don't think I'm good at playing shows where I gotta lie or be fake to win. I don't know if I could be good at those. Cause I am more if I click with a certain click, I'm gonna try to be their friend. I like the Anthony Bourdain travel and explore type shows. Yeah, I like those too. I could see you on Chopped. I don't know that show. I don't know what show. I could see you on House Hunters. Of course, I could do House Hunters. That would be sick to me. Yes, I would love that. I would love to do a season of Drag Race. I will go into such debt getting my package together. I would love to be like a judge, be what T.S. Madison is. That would be love. I would like to judge the competition. I don't know if I would want to be one of the girlies. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'd be one of the girlies. Chopped is a cooking show, and I could see you as a judge. Hmm. Oh, I have a new scent for y'all. This is a scent I have on today. It is called Can't Get Enough. Anita. I think it's Anita, y'all. Something. But mmm, this smells like um getting your ass ate while eating mangoes in Marrakesh. Getting your ass ate by a fine ass Arab nigga while eating mangoes in Marrakesh. Tipping through Morocco. Yeah, that's what I love. I love her. She's fire. All the bottles look like this. Go little. She's love. So check her out. you know, she's a cute little situation. You know, you gotta. I'm giving y'all the mindset of what it is. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So let me see if I can get to what I was going to talk about. So I was it's a couple of this was in this title. Y'all say y'all was gagged at the title. This title was inspired by a couple of things. So right. Halal cakes, baby. Um so I can't remember what I had said in the status, but my homegirl, Vicky Black, Vicky Von Black. I interviewed her a couple of months ago, last year, I think. Yeah, last year. And she came under the comments and said we were talking about, I can't remember about what it was about. I don't think initially it was about painting, but in the comments, the conversation led to painting. And she came in with her philosophy. And when she was like, honey, I'm not cleaning out for no trade. Fuck them. I they don't deserve for me to spend my time cleaning out and blah 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 and all that kind of good stuff. If we haven't, you get what you get. And then recently on Gay Magazine, I seen like an interview where they asked one of the Butch Queens something about painting. And the Butch Queen from Atlanta, old school, was like, "Oh, baby, we don't do that. We don't do that, baby. It's too many things out here that we need to use to worry about painting." And then the interviewer said, "Girl, why should we care about painting the DO tray? Who they gonna tell?" Which I thought was hilarious, but I also thought it was late. And so my response to that is, I don't dush and get ready for the trade for them. I do it for me. My experience when I'm bottoming is bad if I'm shitting on somebody. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to, because Buki with the mix of lube does not feel good. I don't like all of that. It's for me to enjoy my experience bottom. Of course, I hope he enjoys it too, but it is, I want the experience of my lube and hole to be wet and open and ready and smelling like good. And so I don't dush and get ready for bottoming just for a man. Like I'm not somebody who, I recently talked about this um recently, and let me go to my messages. I recently talked about this, and so let me read it to y'all. It's something, this was an excerpt from my book that I had posted a couple of years ago. And it's been a while. And my point I was making, it's been a while since I centered men's pleasure. It's not that I don't want to please them when we're having sex. Of course, I want you to feel good. I want you like, but they're not at the core. Anything that I do sexually, they're not at the core of the reason why I do it. Oh, I dish because the trade. No, I dish because, honey, I was raised right by the queer people, by queer elders who taught me, bitch, you don't want to be out here dealing anybody that is late, is tired. And I'm not, and even the idea that, oh, they ain't gonna tell nobody, they DL. Do you think DL means that they don't be talking? They will tell other trans women, they will tell other butch queens, oh, I went and fucked with her and she shit all over me. They will tell somebody. They might not tell their homeboys, they might not tell their mama, but they will tell somebody that you a shitty kitty. Not that you should be caring about anybody's opinion, but if that's the litmus test where they don't tell, and that's the reason why you don't clean your booty hole out, sweetie, Trey be talking, DL Trey be talking, especially when it comes to other queens, trans or not. So I say, in regards to sex and sexuality, Me coming in the ways that I like to come is the default goal to having sex with me. It is not a maybe. As a assigned male at birth person, I wasn't conditioned to please men in a way to only please them during sex. My sexual fantasies do not revolve around being used and slutted out, unless that's a role play scenario that I'm being, that I'm playing, that I'm being consensually, like I'm consensually gifting to you as, a rare compromise. It wasn't until I became a woman that I was expected to put my pleasure on the back burner for a man's sexual comfort or cater to his ideals of what sex acts are permissible and heteronormative to the identity I projected and his own projection. And so that was a wordy way of saying it wasn't when I became a girl, then it was boys do this, girls do this, as far as sex acts. And it wasn't just them saying it, it was me too, because I was in a young, immature mindset around my identity and sexuality. And I thought that certain things I needed to do to prove that I was a girl. And so it would be like, oh, I'm not getting no head because that's what faggots do, and I don't want to deal with a faggot. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I had these really strict heteronormative mindset about sexuality when I was in my teens. I remember that. And I've talked about that before. Um, but once I got older, I realized that this is my body and I need to center my pleasure and really realizing how I get a nut and how I like to have sex and what I want to do, it doesn't invalidate or validate my gender identity. So if I want to get some head, I can get some head. If I want to get some cakes, I can get some cakes. I'm a trans woman. That was a problem in my youth. Now, I'm not saying that this is a problem for you. I'm talking about for me. The problem with my youth was that my transition started off where it was like, oh my God, I need to be exactly like cis women. And as I grew older, it's almost like I went in this direction and then I had to be like, oh, hold on, we need to recalibrate because that's not realistic. And that if that is your goal, you're never going to live up to that. And so how my journey as a grown woman is, how do I accept being a trans woman? All right, so you've accepted that you're a woman. Now you got to accept that you're a trans woman, because that brings a different connotation to your life. And so if your goal is to be cis, you're never going to be that, baby. You're never going to be that. So you're going to always be a failure. You're always going to fail at that. So, but if you focus on being a trans woman, you can be pleased, successful, and be right in your lane and be okay with that. And we talk about it in the context of sexuality. And so once I honed into that and realized, yo, you navigating the world in a trans body, use it. Used to wear me out about booking the trade. I didn't know any other way about booking the trade. You used to wear me out about people with vaginas. I'd be like, girl, that was more gaggy than you booking the trade, than you doing the trade. You dealing with people with vaginas used to be, girl, what are you doing? Not that I judge you. It just was like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. You was traumatizing the trade. So then I say, there are women If you don't want to give head, go mess with fish. Leave trans women alone. Amen. That wasn't my mindset in my teens, but it definitely was my mindset in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s. um, there are women, cis and trans, who only come from oral. Some only come from penetration. Some come from both. If you want to be honored with the consent to be in my bed, then my pleasure needs to be in your goals and a part of your game plan. I think it's actually childish as fuck to only know how to please yourself with a woman's body, opposed to also knowing how to use your body to please us. I don't say this because I'm not getting pleased, because I am. Quite the contrary. I've been getting pleased since college. In a few times in high school. Men from that era were, at the same time as objectifying me, telling me my whole body was enough. My whole body was beautiful. My pleasure was important. And I never went back to the mindset of, I have to do that. I have to do what he likes to get to be the woman that I am. And I'm somebody who deserves pleasure. So this really was a lesson that I learned in college, that my body was enough. In high school, I was like, oh, the Trey, if he's straight, he gotta like girls, like he gotta have a girlfriend. He's gonna be always into pussy. My body, because my body was flawed and I didn't have a vagina, I was never going to be enough for the Trey. That was my mindset in high school. But when I got to college, the boys lived for all of my parts. It was like, oh, this is what makes you unique. This actually is what makes you special. It all the rest of the bitches got vaginas. You got the vibe, but you got specialness to you. And that's why we chasing you. That's why we live. That's why, now of course I'm not in this young age, I'm not seeing it as objectification. I'm seeing it as I'm there's growth that is happening. And so at this point, I'm realizing that my body is enough to be liked. My body is enough to be liked. It has not grown to the point where I've learned at this age right now, not my age right now, but in my early 20s in college, late teens, early 20s, I'm learning that my body is enough to be liked, not loved, but liked. Oh, there's men who like your body how it is. And that makes you unique and special. Fast forward to 2 years later, 3 years later, I'm in my early 20s and I fall in love. And that's when, with my boyfriend Jonathan, that's when I learned that my body is enough to be loved, not just liked. A motherfucker can love you and be with you unconditionally, live with you, be in public with you. That's when I grew from your body is enough to be liked to your body is enough to be loved. And so because of these situations where I'm growing two different people, by the time I get to my 25, I'm fully in my mindset that I have never left, even now, that I can't go back to being just objectified. I can't go back to being unloved because of my transness in a way that I was when I was younger. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right? So in my younger years, I was making excuses for men. Oh, he can't be faithful because I'm trans and I don't have a vagina. Oh, he can't be faithful because I was always looking at myself as a flawed human being. And so for me, now I can't go back to thinking like that at all because I've been loved unconditionally and publicly. So I can't go back to the mindset of, oh, I only can be loved behind the shadows. No, I've experienced somebody loving me in public, proud about it. I've experienced that. So why would I go back to that? I just wouldn't. And so that's why I was talking about the painting. When I'm hooking up with somebody, my pleasure and what I'm doing is about me. So when I take my pills, I am taking my pills so that I can be cleaned out. So when I have my sessions, I can have my love sessions. Um, it's like washing your tail. I wash my tail so I can be clean and smelling good for myself. The residual effect is that I'm clean and smelling good for you. When you get close to me, I smell delightful to you. I'm not just washing my tail just so other people don't think I'm funky. I'm washing my tail so I don't think I'm funky. And that's why I douche and why and also I, when you have a regimen, when you have a regimen of living the sexual life of a mad person, if you enjoy the act of bottoming, you have a regimen to do it. And I don't find my regimen of cleaning myself out to be a chore. Sometimes I hear conversations with bottoms like, oh, I'm starving myself and not eating and da 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 just for you to come over and nut in 2 minutes and or da 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 da. I'm like, oh no, I'm not somebody who finds dishing to be a chore. I'm not starving myself. I think that that's one thing about the fiber pills that makes it perfect because you don't have to starve yourself, baby. To me, if you're taking fiber pills throughout the day, like the way you're supposed to be doing, all you got to do is douche and your stool is solid and you can get it out and you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm not eating all day. No, that's not how it works for me. Now I don't know everybody's body. But if I'm taking enough fiber and I'm doing my things, I don't have to starve myself all day. So it's not a chore for me. So it's not some chore that I'm doing for the person that I'm having. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. Let me read. Did you get that bottle from Kohl's? It looks looking at them and wondering if I should get one. What bottle from Kohl's? This or the perfume? I got this from where did I get this from? I got this from Marshall's. Yeah, it's like it has like a wood top and like this little plastic thing to make it tight so it don't really spill. And then it can spill a little bit, but it don't really spill like if it tip over, it don't really spill to where it spills. Um, I think I got this from Marshall's. Oh, I like it. It's plastic on the bottom though, so it kind of I don't know. I live for it. It's perfect for when I blend my smoothies and I don't drink it all because I don't have the stomach like I used to. I can put the lid on it and put it back in the refrigerator and then drink it later. Without it sitting in my my Ninja. I dish before I go to work just so I feel light on stage. That part too. Sometimes you do it just because it feels good. Is there any particular fiber you recommend? No, they're all the same to me. The um longest this what's that word that starts with a PH? PHYLL, Silic husk or whatever. I don't know what the word how to pronounce it. But long as it has that in it, they all the same for me. Um I used to do the little Metamucil, but I like the pills. The pills is just easier because I don't like the flavor. I like chia seeds for fiber. Yeah, I like um the Metamucil. I gotta drink that. Drinking it is just I don't like that. I like um the pills. The reason why I like the oat milk and chia seeds. Oat milk and chia seeds. I don't know if that would work for me. I need a little bit hefty. Cause I drink oat milk and chia seeds on a regular, just regular time, and they don't clean me out like the fiber pills does. And there's something about the pills that work better for me than the like the gummies or any of the drinks. The drinks work. The drinks work, but I just don't like the drinking. The actual drinking. Ugh, no, I don't like that. It's just something about the pills. Now, what you have to be careful with the pills for me, um, if you have the tendency to not drink enough, you need to be very, very conscious that you need to drink because it's absorbing your water, so it can kind of it makes you prone to dehydration. So make sure that you are upping your um water intake. Drink, drink. So I have to be really, really conscious about drinking a lot when I am on my fiber pill, which I take them almost every day. Some days, like if yeah, almost every day. I take them almost every day. Um, 3 to 5 pills, and Costco's got the huge pack. Mm. Yeah, so it just makes your stuff solid and just comes out, so it's not mushy and runny or anything like that. It just makes it solid and it can just come out and you douche and you're ready to go. Try not to go overboard. Try not to do 6 and 7 and 8, all that, because honey, baby, you'll get constipated, baby, and they'll come out. It's like, ooh, you wore out. Hard bricks coming out of you. No, I do it. I take fiber pills just because usually human beings are not getting enough fiber. Anyway, most of us, especially on an American diet, we are not getting enough fiber. So you need fiber anyway. So take some fiber pills just because. Anyway, I, I, I who have nothing, bright, sparkling diamonds. No, I don't know the words. I love you. I like how I don't know the words of the song. The section any restaurants, fancy clubs and restaurants. That's my Shirley Bassey impression.
Contact.
Oh, baby. Okay, let me see. What's popping on the news? Oh, Texas allows judges to stop marrying same-sex couples. Texas. Besides the stamps getting cut off tomorrow. Well, actually, the judge blocked them and they are forcing them to pay the stamps with the contingency fund. I think that's what it's called. There's a fund that they could be able to use money to go to that. So they're on some bullshit. But the question is they're gonna follow the judge's orders. That's what the T is. So yeah, that's wild. But I think that this is interesting. It feels like like we're living through a straw man or red herring fallacy. Sometimes my brain can't pick out the difference between straw man and red herring right off the top. But it's almost like we're living a straw man fallacy or a red herring fallacy. And trans people and immigrants are that kind of decoy thing. Also, like a Trojan horse kind of too. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but it's almost like we're using them as to dangle in your face the evil trans, the evil immigrants. But once we get you hyped up about the evil trans, the evil immigrants, we come in with our real plan to wear you out, cutting your food stamps, cutting your Medicaid. You let us get in power because you hate trans and immigrants so much. And you bought the hype, even though trans people are like such a small group and we don't make up any kind of demographic of harming people. We don't make the majority of that harm. It's usually them. But the whole trans, evil trans women in sports. Yo, it was 11 kids, y'all. It was 11 kids that were playing sports. So y'all let them. 11 in the country. Utah banned trans kids in sports. And it was only 4 in Utah. In the whole country, it was 11. So y'all let them get in office based off of unreasonable fear of trans people. And now they cutting your food stamps. Now I know that we are going to be, Black folks are going to be disproportionately affected by this stuff. So I'm never going to be like, I'm glad. But there's a part of me that's like, ooh, I need the fat meat to get a little bit more greasy for these motherfuckers to know that it's fat. I need it to get a little bit more greasy. It's part of me that wants It's part of me that wants it to get bad. Does it make sense? It's part of me that wants it to be like, yes, take these motherfuckers now. Now, part of me, the humane side of me is like, no, people need to eat. The kids need to eat. Yes. But it's part of me that's like, let these motherfuckers suffer for being so fucking stupid and letting them trick them. Because if you save them, they don't learn their lesson. Look at these people who they're bucked up against during January 6th and literally wore out the Capitol, and now they're getting pardoned. If they do something crazy and stupid again, they don't care. Like when you do crazy ass shit and there's no consequences, you don't get to learn your lesson. Y'all out here voting against your interests, and it's affecting y'all now. Y'all need it to affect. I feel like it needs to affect y'all motherfuckers. And so part of me is like, yes, cut these motherfucking stamps off. Let them see what they voted for, because they hate the big trans. They hate the big immigrant. These farmers, don't bail them motherfuckers out. The rural farmers, they voted for him. Don't bail them out. Part of me is like that. Part of me like, no, let them lose their land. Wear them out. This is what y'all voted for. But if it's only the bailout, they're gonna bail them out, but not bail anybody else out. They get harmed by the vote. This is crazy to me. It's like y'all let it, and then what the problem is, he will cause problems, and then when he forced to fix them, take the like, I fix this problem. Bitch, you caused this problem. Like the tariffs and the farmers and da-da-da-da. You caused this problem. Making a deal with China for the soybean shit. They was going to Brazil. I don't know how the fucking Brazil fucking fumbled that bag. Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with y'all in Brazil? Did y'all hear about that? What the fuck y'all doing about the soybeans? How y'all fumble that? How the fuck y'all fumble the beans? That y'all was ready to be hooked up. What the fuck is happening wrong with y'all? Brazil, what's y'all tea? So if y'all don't know what's going on with the Brazil tea, do y'all know what's going on with the soybeans? I know y'all smart. I don't want to have to explain it if y'all know. So if you don't know, so Trump's tariffs. So China gets like a lot of its soybeans from America. Like American farmers. They get a lot of their soybeans from American farmers. Okay, so China gets a lot of soybeans from American farmers. So this whole tariff bullshit has caused them to look elsewhere for the soybeans. So the other big producers of soybeans, is Brazil. And so when China hit up Brazil, like, yo, what's up with them soybeans, baby? What's up? America tripping with these fucking tariffs. Fuck them. Don't worry about it. We gonna go to you. What's up? They said that Brazil's prices was too high. So Brazil didn't give them no deal. I'm like, you got a chance to be the juggernaut, and your price is too high for China? And so they had to go back into negotiations with the US about the tariffs. And so now he about to go into a deal with China to not have any tariffs on that sector. So he makes a problem, and then now he seems like he's the savior of the soybean farmers, because now he's back in negotiations with China and how to get them their soybeans. I'm like, first of all, Brazil, y'all late. I don't know the business, so I don't know what the price, why the price so high, or why y'all couldn't negotiate. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm blind. But you can't tell me that y'all couldn't work something out, especially if y'all not a big producer of it. Like, he forcing you. It's like somebody forcing a trick to come to you since they not in town, since they. I don't know. I always think when it come to business on some whole shit, like, honey, the track you got this rich ass nigga, and you could be the bad bitch on the block. So you didn't make your prices tantalizing just to get this locked in. Since, oh, they tripping over there, let me lock this in. Maybe I'm tripping and I don't know, but I felt like Brazil fumbled in my brain. That's crazy. But the shady part is he's looking like he's this master business negotiator because he caused a problem that wasn't a problem with these tariffs, caused the problem. And now I'm fixing it because, yeah, China's coming to me to negotiate soybeans. It's just wild. The shit is wild. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
These 7 couples are all in a relationship with someone they have never met.
Oh, yeah. Boogie on down. I hope that doesn't. That's probably gonna mess up my monetizing. So yes, that wore me out. The soybeans wore me out. Let me see who trying to think of what else has been how my love boogie on down. I'm trying to find this Asian boy that really explains it really well. Oh, I wanted to talk about this too. This is my girl. She from Houston, Wicked Confections.
I just watched a man say he's happy food stamps are gone because now women will have no choice but to sleep with men for $40.
Man, it's a good day in society, fellas. They cut the food stamps.
Coochie right back to being $40 again. $40. Yep. So go on, get your wallets ready. Go on, get ready for the hey big head text. Go on, get ready for the I ain't seen you in a while, stranger. Get out, just get ready.
So this is my tea about, first of all, who is out here fucking for $40? Now, I know how conflation works. So I'm pretty sure long time ago, $40 was high. I have not lived in a time where $40 was a good chunk of money. When I was younger, the girls was charging the hoes. Now I don't know what the street hoes, I don't know what the street hoes was doing because I wasn't street hoes. But the hoes on the internet was charging $150 to $250. You if you was in the paper, you get a little cute little $250. If you're on Craigslist, it was like $150. If you was on E-Rose, it's like $300, $350. You know what I'm saying? It was that's the range. So $150 to $300, $250 if you want the median. It was somewhere around there. You can get you a quick buck. If quick little thing, 100, you gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? He come to your house with 100, even though you told him 150. You gonna take that $100, but you ain't gonna do all your service. You're gonna be like, So might be 100, but $40, you ain't coming to my house for $40. You ain't coming. You tell me you got $40, I'm cussing you out. So I don't remember a time where $40 was something that that the girls was taking. And this is in the 90s. $40, this is in the 90s. It just wasn't. 40 has always been the starting price on the host roll. So yeah, I've never been a host roll girl, so I don't know nothing about those prices. And actually, the one time that I went on the host roll just to see what it was like, when the Mexican man had 4 niggas in the car and said that he wanted me to have them for $20, I knew that the whole stroll wasn't for me. I knew, I felt it in my soul in that moment that whatever the hoes is doing on the stroll, that's not the kind of hoe I want to be, or that I want to invest my time in being. Because whoever's fucking niggas for 4 niggas, 4 Mexican niggas for $20, that's the life that I don't want to ever live. That's just the life that I don't want to live. So the hoes that I knew was getting a cute little coin, and they wasn't getting $40. Even the regular chicks, they asking for money for their nails, wasn't getting. Fish rates was way cheaper than trans. Yeah, even the cisgender hoes that I knew, they weren't charging $40. I don't, I just don't know. So, but I'm sure that on the stroll, the prices, because I heard what the men was saying. So I heard them saying $20, $40. So I believe you. But it just wasn't a part of my ministry, and I don't really know. So, but that was in the 90s. Honestly, I want y'all to tell me, what can you go to the grocery store? Because we talk about food stamps. What can you go to the grocery store and do with $40 nowadays? Now, I'm not saying you can't buy nothing. Of course you can. But $40 ain't going to stretch a long way in this economy. Not in 2025. $40 ain't going to stretch a long way. I'm sorry. So I'm just not understanding. And you talk about hooking up with chicks that you already mess around with. Why would I hook up with a dude that already been on some broke shit when I can get a new nigga at a different price? And you don't have to sleep with no niggas. You can sell online videos and FaceTimes now. Now, I don't like that, but you ain't even got to sleep with no nigga to make $40 real quick. Maybe get some fruits and vegetables. And how long is that? Is that $40 gonna last? Them fruits and vegetables gonna last a month? How long that them fruits and vegetables gonna last? Speaking of fruits and vegetables, I want a pear. You got me thinking about a pear. So I want a pear. Boogie on down. I just haven't been in a situation where $40 was something I couldn't hustle up on real quick. And so now there are 4 weeks in a month. So you gotta fuck 4 niggas for $40 when you can fuck one for $150. I don't know. It's too many. Unless you a dolphin, like I just can't see myself. Unless you're a dolphin or like a really, really. If you a bad bitch, I just can't see you charging $40. What's the going rate for the hoes now? I ain't been in a game in a minute. What's the hourly rate? Where are the hoes advertising? Where are the hoes advertising? That's the problem that I be seeing. You can't even hustle no more like you used to be able to do. I do see the dolls on Grindr advertising. On Twitter as well. See, that's too public. That's too public. I thought the online hustle was the thing nowadays. Yeah, but it's too public. You gotta be on video. Back in the day, hoes, college girls used to have ads up. If they didn't show their face, they could be tricking and turning tricks. Have an ad, you can get in, throw the ad up for a little bit, take it down when you made enough money, and go on about your business. Go to work, go do your thing. Now you gotta have some investment. It can be quick thing. Grinder will ban you in a heartbeat. Yeah, they will ban you for sex work. Because that's how with SEPTA and FOSFA, those FOSHA or whatever it's called, those laws can charge them. Escort money did go way down since OnlyFans and Twitter blew up. Yeah. A lot of times it's a bait and switch. Like you don't say it in your bio. You got to pay. But once they start texting, they will give you rates. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't like that. The dudes be hitting me up, asking me what my prices are. I be like, baby, I ain't got no prices. I'm not a hoe no more. I'm free. But you gotta be what I like. And that's a rare unicorn. That's what I do. Block them after you exchange numbers. How do they re-hit you back up? If you block them, what if they change phones or they can't save your number because they married? You get what I'm saying? You got the number, but if you block, but I can hit you up now, but I can't save your number because my wife or whatever. I don't know. That feels like it'll block your blessings. Or how do they re-find you? You might have to invest in a Google voice. You block them on Grindr so they can't report you. But what do they report if you don't actually say it in the message? Like if you say it when you, I know that how that works because that's what I used to do. Like on Plenty of Fish, when I was an escort, they would hit me up there, but I wouldn't talk about anything there. I would tell them, "Oh, hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on Kick." It wasn't Instagram then; it was like Kick. But if they report you on, gotcha. Off trading. What is offsite trading? What is that? What is considered off trading? How do you get off the website if you want to talk to a nigga? Yeah, what stopped me from getting blocks? Starting a conversation on a site for the purpose of completing a transaction on another site or off the site. But how can they prove that? Because if it's a dating site, automatically if we're going to meet for a date, I got to give you my number so that we can talk offline to meet offline. And so how can they prove that it's anything other than you just, because what if you're just a regular person and you're not hoeing and, oh, I'm giving you my number so we can talk offline? How do they prove it? That's what I'm kind of not understanding. How do you prove that I started the conversation? Like that just seems like the natural flow of a dating site. You start the conversation on the dating site and then you move it off the dating site. If they take a screenshot, they can submit it. And so they're going through the process of screenshotting the private conversation and sending it to the dating website. Is that what they're doing? God, them hoes is petty. That is petty. That seems like a lot of work. They're doing all of that just to be a hater. They don't need to prove it. Interesting. I thought that they had to prove it. Yeah, ban my whole IP address and my phone number. I had to use my second phone and phone number to sign up again. Interesting. But I also feel like that's just them hating trans women. Because don't the boys be hoeing on there too? Do they block the boys too? Or is it just the girls? Because sometimes I be thinking these gay male centered apps be gay male centered and they don't want the girls on there. I rarely get blocked. Just it's just the girls. Gotcha. I don't understand reporting the girls for work. And sometimes when I run into people on Grander who ask for money, I say sorry, I didn't know you were working, and I move on. And the block seems extra. Mm. Yeah, I rarely get. Um, I got. I rarely get banned on like Grinder. But I don't ever be talking. Grinder is real white, so I don't really be talking to a lot of people on there. Um, when I did get blocked on Jacked, they said it wasn't about prostitution. They said it was spam. And when I but I don't really talk to a lot of people on there. So I'm like, why are y'all saying that it's spam? And so when I seen them a screenshot of I sent them a screenshot and they were like, "Oh, we reinstating your profile." They didn't side with them, they sided with me. And they reinstated my profile because I could show that it wasn't there's no kind of spam. I'm not sending anybody anything. So somebody reported me as spam, but there wasn't any messages like for them to like they could look at my account and say, "Oh, it wasn't any messages." Like I wasn't talking to anybody. They just blocked me. But when I sent them the screenshot, when I basically hit the not screenshot, I didn't send them a screenshot. I sent them saying, "Hey, go look at my messages," and they said, "Oh, this was a mistake," and they reinstated my account. The dates be on the apps like it's their job. They take it very seriously. Mm. And then my thing is, if they are dates, then why are they hating, trying to block the girls off there? I don't understand, but I remember kind of uh, Craigslist used to be like that too, where they'll try to take your ad down and shit. So sometimes niggas just be mad because you're charging just because you won't have them for free. Sometimes Butch Queens be on there just mad because you on there and flagging you because of that. Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy to me. Mm. So if that's not working, what is the girls doing? So I heard once that the girls are going to putting their ads up on out of the country based sites. Like there's some sites that are based out of the country, so they don't follow the same rules as us, but you can have your ad up in the area. Do people still use Omegle? I don't know what that is. Ain't that the app that the two people can watch each other? I be seeing them do that, but I be seeing them make content out of it. I don't be seeing them secretly think the other girls take each other ads down. I'm sure of that too. There are still sites to post on in the US. What's the site? Is I know is Ero still up? I haven't, I ain't been in the game in a minute, so I don't know what the kids are doing. Is still up? What's Yep, work. Ero's still up. The girls are still on here, baby. Work. It's not a lot. Have you escorted for a celebrity? Yes, multiple times. Mega and Skip are actually pretty cute. This is years ago. I haven't been an active sex worker since '09. So this is years ago. So I was actively active working girl from 2003 to 2009. Twitter is the new ads. But y'all, the issue with the Twitter thing, and I think this is because I'm old school. I just have a problem with the forced. There's no anonymity. Like there's I don't I, back in the day it used to be an anonymous thing. Girls could work and it's anonymous. Now you gotta have videos up. You gotta have OnlyFans. You gotta. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to be an escort in this era. I don't like that. I like the idea that you can put an ad up and then take it down, and you can the exposure of it. I don't like that. I don't like that forced exposure. I like the when we could post an ad and honey, when you done, take it down. You done. The girls in the college girls could put an ad up, take it down. She's done. She could work at her, honey. You could say you got a regular corporate job. You know who used to do it? Flight attendants, baby. Honey, they would make a killing because they would be working and then be stuck in a city for a long period of time till their next flight. And honey, we gotta stay 3 days in Amsterdam and put you up ad. They paying for the hotel because it's work hotel. And honey, you have your dates. Love. It used to be cute. And then you take it down and you done. You ain't got to worry about video and shit. Mm-mm. Twitter is like they don't like to pay. Yeah, I can imagine. They go on there for free hand jacking off material. And flight attendant money is no chump change in the first place. If you have a good seniority. If you have a good seniority number. The young ones don't be making a lot of money. The with a low seniority number. They have to work bad hours. Um on Twitter you have to be a porn star and not even every girl is comfortable with doing porn content. Yeah, I used to do it, but I quit almost a year ago. These men will just sit and get off on your short clips. Yeah, that's like definitely think escorting is one of the main benefits of being a flight attendant. Shit, it would be for me. It would be for me if I was a flight attendant, baby. It on even not on no escort shit. If I was a flight attendant, if that was my like regular gig, do you know the kind of content I would make? Flying to different places, meeting trans people in different places, and doing content there around the trans community in that area. It would be so fire to be a flight attendant for me, just as a content creator. I would do so much travel content. It would be so much. It's like free touring. Yeah, I have I have my gay mom is a flight attendant. My and two of my cousins is a flight attendant, and they first of all they make a lot of because they've been in it for 10 years or more. Their seniority number is high as fuck, and so they make money. Like I remember years ago, me and my cousin showed me on one of his checks, and I looked at the year to date, and this nigga was already at 102,000 in June. It was crazy. I was like, "What? You already at six figures, and it's June, bitch." I was wild. I was like, yo, you wear it out. And he just has traveled everywhere. He got property with his partner. Yeah, I love him. I love his life. I just like the life that he lives with the access to that. Aren't they sleepy after the flight? Yeah, then you go to your hotel and go sleep. But they be in sometimes they'll be in a place for 3 days. They'll do the flight, like say you have a flight that takes you to Amsterdam. And so you'll be there for a long period of time until you fly out. It's time for you to fly out. And so you got 24 hours or 17 hours to sleep and figure out some tricks. Yeah, but in me, it wouldn't even be about like sex work. It would be about just me having access to another culture, finding trans people there, and yeah. Well, oh, this is another thing that happened to me recently. Okay, patient zero was a flight attendant. Work, exactly. Um, Another element that I thought was that I recently learned. I one of I wrote a lift home from the airport last on Monday when I got back from Little Rock, and my my driver was a pilot. So he is a pilot for his career, but when he has time off because he just be taking it doing it, he does like Uber and shit. So he says actually right now because of Trump, what did he say? He says something about they offered them a lot of the older pilots early retirement and they took it. And so now the amount of pilots are super, super low. So they are fast tracking people to be pilots. And so he was like for him, he said that yeah, they took it. And so it's not a lot of it's way less pilots now. Um, and so it fucked the system up or something. He just the way he was describing it, he was like, it's so many people getting fast tracked to be pilots in the sense of they'll pay for you to go to school and get your pilot's license so that you can be a pilot. Like for him, he said, so I already had so there's a license that you can pilot where you can pilot by yourself, like a regular crop plane. And then there's a license where you can fly other people. And then there's a license where you can some other like it's three different tiers. So when he was 13, he lived up the road from this dude who was an instructor. So when he was 13, he got his first when he was like 13, 14, he got the first level of licenses when he was a teenager because he lucked up and lived by an instructor that was doing it for free for him. So when he was like 19, 20, he says, I got my second tier license. That is for him to fly other people or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's the second tier. And he says but he went into another career. But when this shit happened recently, when they offered them their retirement and it took down so many pilots, he said, hey, they somebody contacted him and said, hey, we will pay you to go get your third year, which is like 100K. Go to school for your third tier level of licenses so you can become a pilot. We'll pay for it. And he was like, it was like 16 people in his class that they had paid for them to fast track to be on that third tier so they can have more pilots because it's not enough pilots right now. But then I talked to him about, he was white. So I was like, but I don't know, you kind of privileged in that because you're a white man. So da, da, da. And he was like, and I was like, and I recently seen a black woman get denied. She was crying in her car because she did everything. So something happened where she had done everything right, but they still denied her because of something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it felt real racist. So I don't know what it was, but because this is months ago. And but in my brain, why I remember it, because I was like, oh, she's trying to be a pilot. I don't think I ever seen a black woman pilot. I've seen one like on the internet, but like in person, I don't remember ever getting on the plane and seeing a black woman pilot. And so I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool for her to be a black woman pilot. So she was talking about her struggles in becoming a pilot. And so when I conveyed that to him, he was like, yeah, he was like, yes, I think that years ago, it was this moment. It was a moment of a boys club, um, like a boy pilot, being a pilot was a boys club. Um, he was like, but because of the problems now that people are just, come on, we need more pilots. We need more pilots. So if you have any experiences, they're trying to get you to the next level. Yeah. So I say all of that. If you are thinking about being a pilot, look into it. Look into the T. Look into if you are in some area that they do pilot training or aviation training, it is one of those things that are kind of like boosting up to be you don't have to spend forever in school to go and do it. Yeah, try it and see. I don't have any black pilots to reference, but I would need, but what he was talking about made sense. I was like, oh yeah, I did. I had heard about it from other people other than him. So I knew that what he was talking about was legit. But the part that I'm not for sure about is if there's barriers to entry. If you just look, you was privileged in being living in a small town where somebody was an instructor. So that's a whole different privilege. But he was like, but he was like, what I'm talking about now, that anybody has access to this particular thing. If you already are looking to go into the field, you can go and get the basic stuff. And then he's like, especially if you live in Texas, because there's tons of flight places here. And it's tons of places that you can learn how to fly. And they pay you. Not pay, they pay you. You can pay them and it's not expensive. You can get the first level, the first tier, easy. I thought that was pretty cool. Um that had to be, I want to say, a year ago or beginning of the year. Maybe not, it's either 9 months to a year ago. Yeah, she was sitting in her car crying about it. There was some reason. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Y'all hear about CBS firing all their black people?
Everyone calls me Sylvia. I've had this name for 9 years. This is respect. I'm on the Christopher Street Pier, or as it was called in Sylvia Rivera's day, the Christopher Street Docks. In the 1970s, homeless queer New Yorkers had been pushed to the margin of a hostile society. But it was here, on the physical margins of our city, that they found a home. Sylvia was one of those New Yorkers. She arrived here at the age of 11, where she immediately landed in the center of the gay rights movement. She befriended the legendary Marsha P. Johnson, protested at Stonewall, and led marches for equality. But even among the queer community, trans New Yorkers were excluded. Rivera and others were discouraged from walking in pride, their participation erased from Stonewall history. I believe in us getting our rights, or else I would not be out there fighting for our rights. This cruelty took a toll. Rivera developed a substance abuse problem and was often homeless. When she had nowhere left to turn, she would sleep here, waves lapping nearby. Yet no matter what hardships she faced, Sylvia Rivera advocated for others. She and Johnson founded STAR to house and feed trans kids. The Christopher Street Pier is like our city, a place of immense contradictions. It's where outsiders found belonging, and it's also where Marsha P. Johnson's body was found. The victim of a suspected murder no one was ever prosecuted for. But even amidst this, we can chart a clear path forward that makes our city inclusive. Since taking office, Donald Trump has waged a scorched earth campaign against trans people. The man with the most power has expended enormous energy targeting those with the least. New York will not sit idly by while trans people are attacked. We'll deploy hundreds of lawyers to combat Trump's hate, make New York City an LGBTQIA+ sanctuary city, and create the Office of LGBTQIA+ Affairs to allocate millions for youth and adult housing programs, as well as gender-affirming care. We can't bring Sylvia back, but we can honor her memory by building a city where trans New Yorkers are cherished. In a time of darkness, New York must be the light.
I thought that was a good ad. What I like about the ad is to me, it kind of raises the bar. I think, unlike, some politicians, I understood, but I also side-eyed. This is a time where they could easily and understandably not even talk about the trans issue, because we just talked about how they are using the transit immigrant issue as scary, 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 fear, fear, fear. And so it would be easy for them to be like, oh, I'm not going to talk about the trans issue, or I'm going to follow the law. Ain't that what Kamala did? I'm going to follow the law. But why I like that ad is because it's bold and principled. I think being bold about where you stand on trans issues and LGBT issues, I respect it. I respect you being able to say, hey, yo, this is a part of our constituents. These people are a part of my constituent, and I'm going to let you know that I'm going to be bold about saying, no, we're not leaving anybody behind. This is going to be an LGBT friendly state. That's what it is. It's what it is now. That's what it's going to stay. And I think having that bold of a statement in this era is bold and respectable. Yeah, I like it, because you don't have to. Especially as a Muslim. You can easily be like, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not entertaining that with y'all. But also, what's going on is this.
You see that giant red area on top of the sand? That's blood. That's blood that's visible, from space. And this is in Sudan, where over the weekend, the city fell to the RSF. And if you've seen some of the videos that have come out of there, I've seen children and mothers hung from trees. It's some of the most grotesque. I've seen people being run over by tanks. I've seen the elderly massacred. The hot sand is just covered in the blood of over 2,000 bodies. There's no official count, but you can see the massacre, what happened from space. It's a full-on genocide. The RSF is responsible for mass genocide and ethnic cleansing in Darfur 20 years ago. They're doing the same thing here. And the UAE has been supporting the RSF, giving them the weapons, the access, so that they could perpetuate these atrocities. Just like you raised your voice for Palestine, we need you to do the same for Sudan. They've been suffering silently for almost 2 years now. You see that giant red area?
Yeah,
on top
so
of this?
I think that is crazy, but also what's also crazy is that the is not the same as Palestine. I find that to be weird. I find that to be how the difference between the outrage is quite, and it's always been like that. Same thing was happening in the Congo. But it's almost like genocides in Africa because it's not connected to the white supremacy that Israel is connected to. It gets ignored, which is a side eye. After reading Becoming Human, I'm not surprised. So, yeah, I find it to be quite hypocritical, especially those people who are like, I'm not voting for Kamala because of Palestine. I don't see them as loud about that. I'm not voting. Do you see what I'm saying? You see the difference in their energy in the two? It feels kind of weird. But actually not weird because performative activism is kind of commonplace nowadays. So, it's like annoying, but duh. People want to be their voice and their actions to be woke. But how people talk about it is getting kind of. Dubai chocolate selling in these U.S. shops is infuriating. Why? That's normal capitalism, child. They saw it trending on TikTok and ooh, let's go. Do you know how many of little in the mall here? They're like 3 Dubai chocolate kiosks in the mall that just popped up. I'm like, they be on it. And then, so you got the cheap ones, the cheap kiosks, but then like even the expensive chocolate makers, they just now they're starting to make their version of it. I walked past one and this lady was handing out little samples of it. Now it was delicious, but it was quite interesting. I'm like, y'all really is following the trends, honey. I have a Palestinian owned how do you say it? How do you pronounce that? Roastery. It's not rotisserie. It's like a it's not rotisserie. It's roastery. It's where they sell roasted nuts. They will sell roasted nuts. And they roasted nuts is good. And they're literally right by me. I found myself in one of those little Arab stores too. And they were acting weird. They will create whole Google spreadsheets of what IDF supporting business they need to boycott, but they will glamorize the UEA. Yep. Facts. Did y'all watch the Eileen documentary? I'm thinking about doing a video about that. A live about it specifically. Did y'all watch it or did y'all see it? It just came out. Eileen, what is her name? Eileen Vornos, the woman serial killer. They just released a documentary on Netflix about it. And it was actually good. I didn't know she was a lesbian. I didn't know her girlfriend snitched on her. There's a lot of her story that I did not know. But I watched it last night and it was really good. It gave me a lot of details that I didn't know. But I learned that she was raised by her grandparents. her grandparents kicked her out. She was assaulted by some of her high school students. Gang assaulted her. One of her grandfather's friends, older male friends, molested her when she was young. Like she just was in a space where nobody was protecting her. Nobody. Men, women, whatever, as when she was a child. And then they put her out and she was sleeping in these woods, and so she had to become a prostitute. I watched the movie Monster in the back in the day, but this gave way more detail. They played recordings from the girlfriend, way more details of how she got in Florida, how she got married to this rich dude, and he was abusing her, and how she was crazy too. She was crazy, so it wasn't just she was crazy too. Like she got when she was young, when she was like in her like 19, 20, she got in a relationship with this dude, and they're having this tumultuous, toxic love, and she told him that, honey, I'll kill myself if you don't like get back with me or something. And baby, she shoots herself in the stomach. Like boom, shoots herself in the stomach. So she ain't she definitely was crazy. So she had a horrible childhood, but even as an adult, she was crazy. But then she fell in love with this woman, and that didn't work out. But then she got with another woman. She got with the woman that a second woman she fell in love with, and that was downhill. It just was, oh my God, it was crazy. It was it just was a lot of details that I didn't know. Because I don't remember them emphasizing her being a lesbian in the movie. Did I miss that? Because I don't remember. I remember watching the movie, but I don't remember. I may have either fell asleep but I don't remember them emphasizing the lesbian part. Not that I remember. But yeah, they showed it in the movie. So I must have fell asleep in the movie because I don't remember her being a lesbian. But anyway, she had I didn't know that the woman snitched on her. I didn't know that was a part. I thought she had just got caught by the cops. I didn't know that they didn't really have that much evidence. And I didn't know that the first dude that she killed, when the one that she had the Jim Mallory dude, the first dude that she killed, she had to tell, and she was talking about how he raped her, how he sexually assaulted her. I didn't know that he had got locked up for rape. He got locked up for rape, and they didn't mention it in the court case at all. So they made it seem like she could be lying, couldn't be lying, like he had no history of violence or no nothing, and he actually did. And the prosecutors knew about it. It wasn't like it had just came out. They knew about it and didn't bring it up. It was in their files. And my thing is, why didn't the other people bring it up? She should have got a mistrial, but that was wild. But it was really, really good. I wanted to do a deep dive into it, but it was good as hell. I liked it. I watched it last night, and I was like, they did a really good job. Showing her craziness, just showing her the nuances of, yeah, she was done wrong, but she also was a serial killer. Like, yeah, it started off as, a moment of I'm being harmed and I'm killing you, and it turned into, oh, I got away with this one. Now I can actively kill these creeps. It was like, it wasn't, yeah, this first time was like a, nah, I don't want to say passion, but it was like a fluke. Like, I killed him, he raped me and I killed him. And then in her mind, she was like, oh, well, I can get a bunch of these motherfuckers off the streets. Like on some superhero shit. And so she was like, yeah, I turned into a serial killer, but that wasn't what I was. Like in the beginning, I was a prostitute and these motherfuckers was trying to harm me. And then I turned into, oh, once I killed one, I learned that I could kill a few of them. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was like, whoa. And I didn't know she was Pisces. She had her birthday is like the day after mine. She was born on the 29th. I was born on the 28th. I was like, oh wow. Mama said, baby, I'm gonna take these niggas out. And I live for it. Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here and maybe hit the streets. But yeah, holla, thumbs up if you're watching. I didn't tell y'all do that because I see a bunch of people watching, but not thumbsing up. Make sure you thumbs up. And I will talk to y'all later. Make sure y'all check out my interview with Dijamel Young. I just put that out. We had a good conversation. What else? Yeah, Marsha's Plate is gonna be back from break. Child, before you go, I wanted to ask, has the trade ever painted you? Yes. Not in my fun time, but in my escort time, yes, child. But I don't live to be painted, but I live for tricks to paint because that's the end of the session and I got your money and can put you out. So I live for, oh, the session's done. Yeah. But yeah. I definitely have been painted before. But all right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.